What up, everybody? LR Show. Sorry, I missed the post. It is Kieran, TJ the Mayor, live from Detroit. I'm not live from Detroit. I'm live from the Valley of the Sun, the desert, Phoenix, Arizona. TJ the Mayor from Detroit, though. Yeah. Hello, everybody.
Party on, Wayne.
As soon as I went on air, the computer in front of me, that the operating system that runs the program, was just like, man, I don't want to work today. It started.
Sounds like us.
Started bogging down, and I was like, oh shit. But I think we're on. I think we're doing good. What up, everybody in the chat room joining us? All millions of people. You know what's funny?
What up, Doe?
You know what's funny? Yo. You know what's funny, TJ? I actually thought for the longest time that no one listened to us. Zero.
That's untrue.
Yeah, it is not true. I checked. I never do this, but I check the downloads we get from our RSS feed. It gives you like analytics and all this stuff, and I never check them during the week as we do the shows. I always check them I'll check them like once a week, and it's like usually on like a Sunday or something like that, and that's when the downloads are low, but are very minimal because there's like really no shows going. It's like the beginning of the week. I check them at a point where there's no show happening. And I checked them over the last couple days, and we actually don't do so bad on the downloads. So
well, that's the thing is we always, I mean, big shout out to us, but we always, that's because we always look at, because it's so easy to go to YouTube and just look at, and then our numbers aren't fucking shit on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's what the live show's on, but the actual show on Google Play and iTunes and
it did pretty well, man.
Whatever else the website, like, literally. No, we actually get some. There's actually a couple people that give a fuck about what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah, and shout out to the European countries because they're the ones that listen.
Yes.
France, motherfuckers. You guys listen. I like France.
Fucking France, Germany. Like, I don't know what they're doing because it's like 3 a.m. when we come on.
Zimbabwe, maybe. I don't know who fucking listens to this show. But it's the Lunatic Radio Show. Welcome to the program. We've been around for a long, long time. Follow us on the social medias at Lunatic Radio across the board. Twitter, Instagram. Do that shit. And I'm a little bummed. I'm gonna do the show bomb today because it's Friday. It's my fucking time to fucking booze up. I actually have a weekend plan. TJ the Mayor's drinking too. This is our drinking show. And then we come back.
Hey, hold up. Watch the pinky.
There you go. This is drinking music. By the way, let's check in with Mark Wahlberg. Hey, Mark Wahlberg, do people listen to the show?
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe fuck yourself.
Oh, thanks, Mark. You're a real fucking gem. Gem of a human being, Mark Wahlberg is. People at work, by the way, when I go to work, people are starting to call me Mark Wahlberg, and it's starting to piss me off. You know, one dude at work, I was at work, TJ. One dude asked me, he was a new gentleman to the facility that I work in. He asked me if I was a retired bodybuilder.
Damn.
And I was like, all right, hold on a second. Let me analyze that. That is a compliment and insult in the same question. It's a compliment and insult. Meaning, like, you were something, but now you're not anything, but you still resemble like what you were once.
You look like a pissed off rapper who never made it.
Yeah, kind of like that. I was like, what the fuck, man? I was like, I don't know how to take that. But I was like, nah, I'm just short. I have to try to maintain some sort of form.
Well, stop giving Mark Wahlberg so much energy. If you wouldn't give Mark Wahlberg so much energy, people wouldn't say it.
I really don't give him that much energy.
You talk about
him here. That's it. That's the only thing I talk about on the show. That's it.
I did go have one of his burgers a couple weeks ago at the Wahlburgers in Detroit.
There's a Wahlburgers in Detroit? I didn't know it.
Yeah, there's actually 2 of them. There's one in Detroit, one like just south of Detroit. But it was actually, I was impressed. I thought it was going to be like real chainy. You know what I mean? And the burgers are just going to be half-assed like all the rest of the chain restaurants.
Right.
But it's actually like a really decent fucking burger.
I'm really sick of this Mark Wahlberg because he seems to knock it out of the ballpark every time out. But he seems like he's still a douche. He seems.
Well, I went with the Donnie burger. Yeah, I didn't go with the Mark burger. I didn't go. Merck's burger is like some fucking healthy ass turkey burger.
Yeah.
I have that shit.
Gotta have the.
Give me my beef.
Everything
Pause.
he eats, he has the abs in mind before he eats it. He's like, if I eat this, my abs might go away, so they won't look great if I eat this meal. I get that.
I'd imagine he eats those burgers while on like a Stairmaster.
Right. He's like, I gotta burn the calories as they're going in. Fucking douche.
Doucher.
He's such a
Live
douche.
call-in number is 718-690-9290. That's 718-690-9290. People in the chat room, hit us up. Let us know you're listening. What's up? Where you at?
By the
Where
way,
you be?
I got to mention this, and I haven't talked to Chris in a while, and Chris is our still, I don't even know what.
our former
I don't know.
co-host.
Chris Italia was part of the Lunatic Radio show. He's been gone for about a month and a half. But obviously his comedy club opened up in New York City. I want to quickly get this out because this is a huge get. The Stand is going to have Andrew Dice Clay playing live September 25th, 27th, and 28th of this month coming up. There are tickets available. You got to go to thestandnyc.com to see if you can get some tickets. That is a huge thing. Dice Clay. The Stand doesn't usually do this stuff. Like, it's not like a normal comedy club that you would find in cities around the country where they have a comedian come in and he plays 4 nights. The comedy clubs in New York City relatively don't do that. The Carolines does it, but most of them don't. The Stand doesn't do that. But this is a big thing. This is a different thing. This is the legendary Andrew Dice Clay, and he's playing 3 nights at the Stand, September 25th, 27th, and 28th. thestandnyc.com. Go try to get tickets for this, because that is a legendary thing to see Andrew Dice Clay, a man who is a legend, obviously, in the comedy game. Played fucking Madison Square Garden, banned from MTV. He's infamous. You know Andrew Dice Clay. Everybody does.
I absolutely do.
And
Dickory dock.
Yeah, to see him in a venue like the Stand, a new one that's out there in Union Square in Manhattan in New York City, it'll be something to certainly write home about. So September 25th, 27th, 28th, 3 shows. The Stand, thestandnyc.com for tickets. Go and pre-order your tickets. Do whatever you got to do. I don't know how much they cost. I don't have any bargains for you because I know Chris. I don't have any of that. But that's a show. If you're in the New York metropolitan area, you're gonna want to see that. So go and do that.
I'm gonna have to hit Chris up, man, because he's gonna have to start cutting a check for these plugs.
Yeah.
Because we might only have 4 people in the chat, but damn it, we have like 670 downloads last week. Okay,
yeah, dude,
that's 670 people.
It's more than that. And I was thinking, I was looking, I was checking those numbers, right? And I checked them day after day. I was just like, because I actually thought it was a fucking mistake. I thought it was a mistake. So I checked them the next day, and I checked them the following day, and I'm like, all right, we don't do so bad. There are actually people listening. But they're listening on delay. I mean, they're listening on tape. They're listening on podcast. But they're listening nonetheless. So thank you.
You know what it is?
To us.
We got some ugly mugs, dude, and they don't want to look at us live. They're waiting to hear the podcast. They don't want to.
I tell you what,
look at us.
I tried to fix the lighting in my studio to make it look a little better. Make it look a little more presentable. You know, I'm getting up there in age. I kind of like to booze a little bit. You know, I like the pasta every once in a while, so my face is starting to show it. You know what sucks as you get older? Everything you eat shows up in your face. You know what I mean? You eat like a donut, your face starts looking like a donut. You know what I'm saying?
You need some vitamin D. Pause. You definitely need some sun. You're glowing right now.
No, I actually am tan. Like, this is a tan for an Irish person. I'm sorry. I don't have good tanning skin. Every listen counts, whether you're here or the podcast across all platforms. Yes, they all.
You're absolutely right, Sam. You're absolutely right.
718-690-9290 if you want to call into the radio program. It is the weekend of the 50th. It's the 50th anniversary of Woodstock, the original Woodstock in 1969. Everybody. And I was watching a documentary. Bear with me. I was watching a documentary on Netflix, and I just happened to come across it, and I forgot that it was actually the 50th anniversary of Woodstock, the original Woodstock in upstate New York. And I was watching this documentary, which you know, it pretty much just describes the 4 days. The I believe it was a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I could be incorrect. If I don't know, whatever. But anyway, it shows you what happened those 4 days and the original putting it together and this and that. And I was thinking as I'm watching this, I was like, if social media was around in 1969 when Woodstock took place, that would be the original Fire Festival. It would have never taken place. It would have never taken place. You know why, TJ? Because they were literally building the stage a day prior to the first band getting on there and playing in front of 100,000 people. A week prior to the festival happening, kids were showing up and appearing in the field. So they had thousands of people just camping out in the field before they had time to build the barrier fence for the property or the festival so they could collect tickets. So so many people showed up to the festival early that they were unable to collect tickets, and the Woodstock 1969 became free. They actually announced that the first day. They're like, we have no way to collect the tickets from all these people, so now it's the concert's free. They announced it on the PA. They're like, hello, hundreds of thousands of people. Apparently the concert's free. The people that put this concert on are going to take a massive bath. So please give them a round of applause for putting this festival on. But you're all here for free. Have fun.
Well, that's how it was back in the day because they were fucking smoking weed and they were high and they were like all about the love. So why would we have to charge you for a good time?
Right. Not only was the concert, they couldn't like police it. The highways and roads leading to the concert were just a mess of cars. Just a mess of cars everywhere for miles on end. People, if you had to leave the concert, you would have to walk 6 miles to your car to get in it and hope that you could get it out and travel to the highway to get on the highway, try to weave in and out of the parking lot that is the highway and drive home. Like, it was insane. People were walking. It was like true unorganized mayhem, but they pulled it off somehow.
Do you know how many stinky balls and coochie there was at that concert?
About 100,000. 150,000.
No showers.
Yeah.
Just doing drugs, drinking.
I tell you,
sweating crazy.
I'm watching this documentary on Netflix, and I'm going, man, if social media was around back then, the weeks of news stories that would be about this festival. Because on Saturday night, they ran out of food, and they had no way to get food in because it was so fucked up. Like, there was people everywhere, and all the roads were jammed with like cars literally parked on them, and people camping out in the street.
Who's eating when you're on acid?
You got to eat something, right? You got 100,000 people. Somebody's gonna get hungry. You know what I mean?
They did. They chewed shrooms.
Yeah, they
ate shrooms.
Yeah. It was funny. The organizer of the event, when like Monday came, Jimi Hendrix played the national anthem. You know that famous thing, Jimi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy played that, and everybody went home. And the organizer was saying, like, the cleanup had to happen. So they have this field of, that 150,000 people just left. And he's like, and one of the guys on the VO on the documentary goes, I was walking out in that field. I'm just waiting to find dead bodies. Like, I'm just waiting to find dead because somebody had to die. All the acid and
yeah, I can't believe there's not that many fatalities.
There wasn't one. They said in the documentary there wasn't one fatality. Not one. Everybody.
There wasn't one?
There wasn't one.
God, drugs were so good back then.
Well, I feel like they're more potent now. I don't know. I'm not a drug taker.
But they were more natural and people weren't. That's the thing is now they're all cut with something, so people just die left and right.
Right.
I'm saying it was so natural back then, and people took care of each other.
Don't they lace?
You know what? What Woodstock would look like if it was nowadays? Is it what people wouldn't be? I have a problem with this. People wouldn't even be in the moment, enjoying the moment. Right. They would be watching the concert through the screen of their phone to post it.
Absolutely. What was great?
Me and my buddy Chris, we just went out to Put-in-Bay this weekend. We were just talking about it. We're in Put-in-Bay, and there's all these fucking, there's a bunch of shenanigans going around, and like, who people's age are? You can tell without like actually looking at their face, because people are videoing. These young people are videoing the good time, and the older people are in the good time. They're actually having the good time. In the moment. That's
Put-in-Bay is like a resort area in Michigan.
It's an island. It's an island off of. It's an island. Actually, it seems out of Ohio.
It's where
Lake Erie.
It seems like a lot of fun. It seems like a tremendous amount of. Yeah. It seems.
I had to tease you a little bit. Hey, matter of fact, you know what? Guess who's there this weekend?
Wyclef Jean. Seems like everywhere.
If Wyclef Jean was there, I would go just to see why in the fuck. Why are you here? No, your girl, Randy James.
Oh, the porn star.
Yeah, she's out there with A-Dub this weekend. Special guest.
That girl's hot. Randy James, you should go look her up, by the way. People need to look her up because she is a tremendous human being.
Yeah, like we were saying though, like I'd rather live in the moment. Like I go to places, I go to concerts, I go to a bunch of different shit, and people always like think I'm a homebody. They're like, well, you don't post anything on Instagram. We don't see it on Instagram. It's like, because I'm fucking enjoying it.
Right, you're in the moment. That's what people.
I'm in the moment. I don't give a fuck about what you think if I'm having fun or not.
I saw something before.
You know what I mean?
I saw something before the show. I was on Instagram. I think I was just fishing around. You see titties and blah blah blah. And I'll show you actually something I was fishing around on in a minute.
Yeah, I'm sure you were fishing, all right.
But there was a girl who fucking apparently wrecked her dad's car in traffic on the highway. Like the whole front end, like she rear-ended somebody. So she gets out of the car, she sits in front of the car, and she's taking a selfie of the wreckage in front of her dad's car. I'm like,
hashtag privilege, hashtag daddy buys me another one tomorrow.
No, it's his car. Apparently it was his car. That's what the caption said, at least. And I was just like, this is fucking ridiculous, man. What kind of fucking world do we live in? He's fucking.
That's why I agree with these comics that have these big shows like Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, these guys where you got to lock your phone up. I 100% agree with that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You really do. Dave Chappelle, by the way, new special coming to Netflix. Not to give Netflix a plug because they're not giving me shit. But
Netflix.
No,
we like Netflix because they're going to do a documentary. The same person who did the documentary on Augustine is going to do a documentary of the Lunatic Radio Show, and we're going to have it on Amazon and Netflix and Hulu.
I imagine Todd Howell has watched all these shows and gone, I was on that show.
That was a good a good plug for me. He thought his numbers were going to go up for the documentary, and they went down.
The guy that interviewed me is drunk now on the air.
No. No,
imagine Larry King.
You guys had a great interview.
That was all right. Yeah, it was good. He was a good guy. He made a great documentary, man. And honestly, that thing, I've seen documentaries that have been nominated for Oscars, and that documentary is right on par with all those.
I told you before. It's literally up there with fucking Defiant Ones to me.
Yeah,
it's up there with Searching for Sugar Man. It really is.
Although part 3 of the Defiant Ones on HBO, the Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine documentary. Mm-hmm. Part
Source
3,
Awards.
The Source Awards. That is the fucking bomb. That is the bomb. Part. That is the bomb. Because it's the East Coast, West Coast thing. It took place in New York City. Nas is there talking about, I don't know what the Wu-Tang Clan's gonna do, man.
Snoop had to save the whole night.
The Wu-Tang Clan is literally in the audience wearing like I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna rob your house mask. Like ski masks. They were wearing ski masks in the audience. The Wu-Tang Clan was.
Well, you remember years later, that's when Young Buck stabbed the dude at the Source Awards.
God damn, very dangerous. All they want to do is hand out awards.
For Dr. Dre, somebody was fucking with Dr. Dre, and Young Buck was like, he's still in his soldier mentality and stabbed some dude.
Yeah. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
When I watched Defiant Ones. because you told me about Defiant Ones and you were talking about it, and then when I watched it, it was nothing like you described.
How did I describe it? I don't know. All that
you described it so different.
Well, you know what's really corny, and it actually made me sad. And I think about this a lot. Is at the end of that series, the Defiant, it was 3-part, right? 3-part series, four-part documentary. At the end, it shows Dre going to his home studio, right? And he's like working on this album that he's never gonna put out. I forget what it's called, but whatever. But he's getting he's drinking wine as he's doing it, and he's sitting in front of a laptop, and he's got a microphone in front of him, and some guy's in the studio recording him, but he's like rapping into the microphone. And there's some clips of him rapping, and he's a little bombed when he's doing it, and you're just like, oh boy. You're like,
yeah, Detox.
Yeah,
that was Detox.
Right? Yeah, you're like
the album that never happened.
You're like, please.
Hold on, did you see at the end? Did you see his fucking new crib?
Yeah, no, the guy's got a fucking $1 billion. He's gonna have a great.
Yeah, but Jesus,
this guy's living up in Beverly Hills. He's gonna be a bomb. I mean, yeah,
fuck rich people.
Yeah, no, he's got.
Dr. Dre's he's the GOAT though, so who cares?
He's the GOAT when it comes to producing.
He deserves it.
Rapping.
He absolutely deserves it. He lived in his aunt's house.
All right, here's the question right here.
Sleeping on the couch, DJing in Compton, and fucking now he has $1 billion.
Better producer rapper. I'll put it out to the folks out in the chat room, people in podcast. If you want to chime in, email us at the show lunaticradio.com with your choice and the reason why, or you can tweet at me at lunaticradio. The better producer rapper.
Oh, just that guy, not the better producer, but the better producer rapper.
Better producer rapper, and this is the main event. This is the main event. This is your matchup. This is the main event matchup. Dr. Dre, Puff Daddy, go.
They're both of them are at the top.
Yeah, but who's better out of those two?
Oh, Dre's better because Dre actually produces. Diddy executive produces. There's a difference. But Diddy's not turning knobs. Diddy's putting people together. Executive producer, you're putting people together in the right place. You know what I mean? You're executing.
Did he never turn the knob?
Diddy has no clue how to fucking work a laptop.
Did he hob a knob at some point?
Maybe that.
That could be. I don't know.
You know who's better than both of them? If we're talking about producer / rapper, not just producer, not just rapper, but those in the same. Who's the best at both? Like, you know what I mean? Ultimately, Kanye West is better than both of those guys as a producer. And I know you don't like Kanye.
I know it's a good one.
But producing it, from making the beats to putting people together in the studio to actually hopping on the track and spitting bars, there's no better combination. If if we're talking about them two together, there's nobody better than Kanye West.
No, I honestly I can't argue that. But okay, so maybe because Diddy's not, because Diddy's on, like, the reason why I match those two up is because Diddy's on the mic and he's also behind the scenes, and he always takes credit for the fucking, like, Biggie Smalls' career, beats and all that, whatever. I know Dre's literally NWA, and that's a legendary group. He created Eminem. He created fucking whoever else. 50 Cent.
Oh, he's the best producer, hands down.
Yeah. But he's also on the mic. Dre Day with Snoop Dogg and all that. So probably Dre. Mm-hmm. I would say Dre.
Speaking of Snoop Dogg, Uncle Snoop came out with an album today.
His name's Uncle Snoop now?
Well, it's a Crip thing, but yeah, Uncle Snoop.
Oh, he's old? How many albums does Snoop Dogg have? I feel like he's got like 50, and I only know 2. Don't get me to count.
No, he doesn't really have that many. It's just when they drop their fucking major albums. He doesn't drop. He's not a mixtape rapper like all these other fucks. You know what I mean? He's not dropping 10 mixtapes and then dropping an album.
All right. Kanye West, Jay-Z, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Dr. Dre, Eminem, Future, Metro Boomin, Nas, Snoop Dogg. Let's see, who else?
What are you naming right now? What's
Lil
this?
Wayne, Pharrell Williams. I'll get to it. Travis Scott, Young Thug, 50 Cent, RZA. RZA can be in there. That's in the argument right there.
RZA has done some fucking magic producing.
That is one that could be in that upper echelon of guys like Kanye West. I guess we don't throw P. Diddy in there because I actually haven't read him off on this list. I have the list of
who? Diddy?
Diddy, yeah.
No, I wouldn't even put Diddy in the top 5. I don't consider him a.
Diddy's not on this list. I just looked.
Well, because I don't consider him a producer.
Oh wait,
he's an executive producer.
Sean Combs he's going by Sean Combs. He's on the list. Beyonce's on this list. Rick Ross is on this list. 2 Chainz is on it. These are A$AP Rocky's on this list. By the way, shout out to A$AP Rocky. Freedom, man. Good for him. Actually, he...
Yeah, well, I mean, he got convicted, but at least he's not doing jail time. They gave him 2 years of probation. They're going to run him through a gauntlet, and he's going to have to pay a lot of money. But he doesn't have to sit in that in fucking wherever anymore.
Yeah, these are producer rappers. That's the list I have. Mac Miller, no longer the greatest because he's not here anymore. There's a lot of them out there. I mean, actually, pretty much every rapper is a producer, according to this list, because it just goes on and on and on. So, but RZA
team left jab. Let me tell you something, Sam. TJ ever into battle rap? Let me tell you something. Kieran can attest to this. I'm like the battle rap king. I absolutely love it. I started off fucking with battle rap. I used to rap. Like that's what Kieran could tell you. I used to do a bunch of shit, but I'm really huge in that. I showed him a couple of my homeboys that are huge in the URL.
Yeah, there's some battle rapping going on with TJ the Mayor.
Remember, me and Kieran after a show, we used to sit there and I used to fucking just put on a new battle for him and just watch him. I used to just watch Kieran because I've watched all these battle raps. I would just watch Kieran's reaction. That was like my fun after a show. Remember we used to do that? I would put it on my TV, the URL battles.
Oh yeah, no, I love the battle raps. They're fun. I think they're better. Sometimes those ciphers are better than. I like the battle raps, but the ciphers are also something that I find more creative than actually somebody putting out a song. You know? Yeah,
the ciphers because they're with a beat. There's a flow. There's a flow to it and everything. But that battle rap, man, there's nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like watching boxing. I mean, for you to be a boxing guy, Sam, like I know you have to appreciate the what's the word I'm looking for? Like all the antics that come with it. You know what I mean? The showmanship, the build up, the ring entrance,
it's verbal sparring. It's fucking great.
Exactly.
But with rhyme, so it's like it's another, there's talent there.
Yeah, man. Sam, we're definitely gonna have to get into that one day too. When I finally do the show, I'll be able to do it in 2 more weeks. My schedule's gonna change, but yeah, one of my guys is Calico, right here from Detroit, man. So
he's not a cat.
Yeah,
he's a guy. He raps. It's not a cat.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I was on the Instagram, and I found this girl, and I just want to show them to the people. This is nothing. This is really a nothing segment. This is a visual for the radio, and I don't like doing visuals for radio, but I have to point this one out because this girl's amazing, and she's got great cans. Her name is let's see, Hoppy Floppy. Hoppy Floppy. I'm gonna show her. All right, here we go. Ready? Here you go, TJ. Hoppy Floppy. There she is. You can see her on the old the YouTube channel if you're watching. She's got massive boobs, but her angle is on the Instagram. She drinks those micro brews. You know, like those. You see it, TJ?
Mm-hmm.
Are you watching? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's got great cans. Look at the titties on this one. What do you think, TJ? Give me some compliments. Give me something.
I'm over it already.
They're like throw pillows. They're great. Look at the titties. Are you not in look at the boobs on her. Anything? I'm fucking loving this right now.
You can do this on your own time.
What's wrong with this? This is great. Look, we're in the corner. We can see each other. Anybody? Nothing. You don't like the boobs.
I mean, who doesn't like boobs? But
those are great boobs. I want to follow her, people. TJ's not with it, apparently. Not with it.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. All right. I don't know. I got nothing else.
Oh, that's yeah. That's for your own time.
What does that mean?
Well, I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to watch you on the other end get all excited with these titties. I have to come back to that studio at some point, and I don't want to fucking have to walk in with a black light.
It's a public service.
Because the microphone has,
It's a public service to the folks of something.
Yeah, but, I got talking to that mic, and I don't.
No, I'm not jerking
I don't want
off.
you to get you.
I'm not jerking off in here.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Shut up, Mark Wahlberg.
Maybe fuck yourself.
I'm not doing that.
Oh, my God.
All right.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
All right. We'll take a break. We'll come back. More LunaticRadio.com show right after these words, people.
It's the worst. It's the Lunatic Radio Show.
There's Derek Gaines.
Oh,
There he is. Derek Gaines, everybody. Welcome, Derek, to the Lunatic Radio Show.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Did I tell you I used to bomb at gospel shows and shit when I first started?
God, you never told me about
They supposed to forgive you.
No, they don't care.
The band played my ass off. It was pretty bad. And I was at like an 800 seater, so I had to walk past all them niggas to get to the back. Oh man. And the best part of this bomb, Kieran, you ready for this shit?
Yeah,
best part of the bomb, it was right after Christmas, and me and my girl was on some Eddie Murphy Raw shit, so we both had the little gloves with the holes in the knuckles. I wore mine on stage like a whole dickhead and fucking tried to do jokes at a gospel show doing sort of raw material. Like, it was so bad. And I bombed bad in the crowd, and then, but whatever. But I remember that was an epic bomb. 800 motherfuckers was like, because the whole thing was, it was a gospel like open mic, so you could do like gospel songs, gospel rap, or whatever. And I was getting into stand up. I was getting into it. I was like, man, fuck that. I'm in my art. I'm gonna do it for God. I ain't gonna curse, but I'm gonna go out there and be kind of nice, right? So I had my little sweater, with my little dumb gloves on.
Looking the part,
my ass up, bro.
Looking the Eddie Murphy part. Oh boy. Are you making me
anyone ever do comedy on those shows?
Huh?
I
just took a shot.
You were the first and last person to attempt comedy?
And they would just dog my ass, man. And I was like, all right, cool. And it was Philly.
You know what you should do?
It's Philly people. So
and how often do they do that? They still
every
do
Christmas. They used to do it back in the day.
But they don't do it anymore.
They don't do it anymore.
You know what would be great?
What's up?
If Ultimate Redemption is.
Yeah, and I go back and smash.
Do that room and do
that would be nuts.
That's what we should. That's definitely what the plan would be for.
But no, man. That's humble beginnings. I got pennies thrown at me from balconies. But what? I'm sorry. We get on Kieran. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. I love hearing the stand up because I'm a giant fan of
man.
Stand
Good
up.
bomb. I bombed on a boat, Kieran. I bombed on a motherfucking boat.
Well,
a party boat.
Really nowhere to go from there.
It was in the beginning of the party, so I had to sail with them niggas. I had to sail with them till I got back. So I was just sitting in the corner, rocking back and forth with the waves because I bombed. You don't want to party. You don't want to do the electric slide when you bomb, baby. That was a black party. They hated my ass. They hated me.
Wait,
oh my God, they hated me.
So you bombed on a boat and you couldn't. There was nowhere else to go once you were done.
Here go the DJ. The DJ put me on death row. DJ, ready, Chris? DJ put me on death row. They partying already, drinking, carrying the fuck on. The DJ scratches the music off. Oh, yeah, we got some nigga doing comedy downstairs, y'all. So I'm going to cut this music off and you'll go down there and go watch a perfect stranger fuck up your inside party.
Fucked that up for you.
It's the whole
Kill
family.
the whole vibe.
It's the whole goddamn family. And I'm just standing up while they sitting down. I was like doing comedy in front of the cake. Oh, God, it was the worst.
I'm going to kill the whole vibe of everybody's enjoyment right now, and you got to go listen to this guy.
They didn't even look at me. They was eating, but like looking off and like doing that scoff chuckle that niggas do when they see a black dude that's not in a black circle. Oh, they gave me that. They was like, I remember I was like, yeah, man. I was saying shit. I remember by the end of the set, I told him I was going to do my whole time because I got paid already, right? So I was like, I'm just going to stay up here and do my shit. Fuck y'all. I mean, I was just like the family, blah, blah, blah. And then the cousins start standing up. The comedians in the family start standing up, snapping on me. So I had to go back and forth with them. Right. So I was like, forget that. I looked at my clock. Finally, I had a minute left. I got 60 seconds left. And I swear to God, the birthday girl who was turning 56, I swear to God, Chris, she stood up in front of her whole family, birthday girl, because you know they're going to listen. They was like, she was verbatim. Are you ready for this? She's 56 years old. She said, nigga, you got 10 seconds left. 10, 9, 8. Then the whole family joined in like a fucking choir. 7, 6, 5, 4. And then I had to go upstairs. So the woman that booked me was pissed. So she came up to me. She was like, I'd like some of my money back. I was like, that's not going to happen because you set me up for the bullshit. So I'm going to enjoy this little fish plate that y'all gave me. I appreciate it. Is this white gravy with the bacon? I was like, this is nice.
Part of this is that you can't get off the boat.
Can't get off the boat. So I got to sit there and be mad.
How long before you got off the boat?
It was 2 hours.
2 hours.
because they had to go re-drink to get back into the fucking zone. So you gotta understand, at first they was all pissed. Like, who the fuck? What was that? And then they start drinking and carrying on. Oh, he all right, I guess. Let him stay in the corner though. So it's like, and on top of that, my boy that gave me the gig, the girl didn't tell me it was an all-white party. I walked on there with a pair of jeans and an orange polo shirt.
Oh, shit.
And like a whole dickhead.
Was this New York City?
No, this is Philadelphia. I was on the Spirit of Philadelphia. I'm on the Delaware River bombing.
At that point, they should just give you a life raft.
Kieran, it was so bad. It's like if the boat was on fire, it would look like a Viking's funeral. That's how bad, like, it was just, they send you off in the burnt boat, off in the fucking...
This fucking, oh my God, that's hilarious. What up, everybody? LR Show. Follow us on the goddamn social medias. Live number :718-690-9290. Happy anniversary, Woodstock, 50 years. Peter Fonda died. Easy Rider, 79 years old. R.I.P. Peter Fonda. Remember the movie Easy Rider with Jack Nicholson? Old movie.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's an old movie.
Yeah. Classic.
He was
Something
on.
I should watch or no?
Peter Fonda was on Golden Pond, I believe. That movie. What? What's that?
No, I'm saying it's a classic. Something I should check out.
Easy Rider, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, Easy Rider.
It's not that great. I mean, it's one of those movies that I don't know if it was like critically acclaimed when it came out, but maybe it got a cult following. Jack Nicholson's in it, so
It's got to be good.
yeah, he's
Gotta be good.
Yeah, he's one of them guys. So he's one of them guys that people watch. I don't know. I was also thinking about it in the anniversary of the Woodstock 50, in a Twitterverse thing. I was excuse my burping, but not really. How like you think this world is like crazy, like everybody's like, oh, this world's going mad. This is nuts. But if you actually think about the 1960s, there were 3 assassinations in the 1960s. Could you imagine if like social media was around back then, with 3 assassinations happening in a decade?
Oh yeah. Well, I always say that. I always say that the world's always been crazy. It's just that now it's at our fingertips because we have the technology to show it all.
Right. And I always think, I'm always thinking like, oh, this world's going mad. It's way worse than it used to be, but it really isn't. It's kind of just the same almost, just different, Like
I mean, it's more assholes have access to it, and more people have stupid opinions.
Yeah, there's more dumb opinions. Could you imagine if like 3 assassinations happened in the last decade? No, like now, that'd be nuts. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
But yet it happened in the 1960s, and we got around it. We had 9/11. We got around that. Yeah, it's just it's amazing, and I don't want to get off on a tangent, but it's amazing how we are so great of a country that we come together. Our era is 9/11. You know what I mean? That's a huge thing to happen. And the way we came together, and at the same time, I mean, as soon as that gets done, we're back to being assholes. Yeah. You know what I mean? Well, we're back to being divided. We know how to come together, and then all of a sudden we know how to split up the next fucking day. Like we're like 2 best friends, right? That get into it at a bar. Okay. We're drinking, we get into an argument, we fucking start arguing, and it looks like we're about to come to blows because we're just so passionate about what we're talking about. And then some fucking outsider comes in, you know what I mean? And comes in and tries to fucking say his 2 cents. Mm-hmm. And you and your best friend leave your differences aside for a second and go fuck that guy up. And then we're like, okay, we'll get back to our shit later because he's not one of us, so fuck him. That's what America is. When somebody else fucks with us, we come together and we say, hey, let's put our differences aside for a second. Let's go fuck them up. And then as soon as they leave and we get that resolved, we're back to bickering at each other. That's kind of what it is. That is kind of what it is. But I can't imagine like reading like, say, like You know, like if Twitter existed or Instagram existed when JFK got assassinated, I can't imagine watching the Twitter feed that day. Can you imagine
my God.
what would that be like? That'd be insane.
It'd be disgusting.
It'd
be disgusting.
You know how like we always say like the rabbit hole I found myself in on YouTube. Like I just started watching videos and it led to me going some direction. So can you imagine the rabbit hole you would go down if a president got assassinated and then you had to follow it on Twitter? Like what?
Could you imagine the sick commentary and opinions of all these Twitter fingers?
Right. But like I was watching this thing the other day and I'm just like, okay, I forget what it was. It was in 1963 that JFK got assassinated. Then it was 1969 Robert Kennedy, and then 1969 MLK, Martin Luther King, same year. That's 3 assassinations, 2 in 1 year. That's mind blowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was just having this conversation because here's a prime example. Here's a prime example, and it's not as big as an assassination, but so Jay-Z made a deal with the NFL, right?
Oh yeah.
To start a program for social injustice and be part of the entertainment for halftime shows, right? And the first thing that pops up, it's all about Jay-Z and the halftime show, but weren't you supporting Kaepernick and all this stuff? And they forget the whole social injustice part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's kind of like they take the fucking negative narrative every time.
Are you saying that
every time?
Are you saying,
I'm saying like if there was an assassination from back then, now it'd be the same way where you know what I mean? People would take the negative out of it and have these fucking stupid opinions and make it something that has nothing to do with and push whatever narrative is going to fucking sell.
Because negativity sells.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Nobody wants to know the truth. And I always say this. Shout out to my boy Charlemagne. He's not my boy, but I am a follower of him. You know what I mean? I like his shit. He always says, nobody cares about the truth when the lie is more entertaining. And that's social media in a nutshell. Instagram, you put your shitty shit on Instagram? No. Put your best life on Instagram. You know what I mean? Because it's a lie. It's more entertaining.
Or your activities.
Yeah, it's more entertaining. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It is.
If something happens, they don't take the positive out of it.
Yeah, it's weird.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They take the negative and they go, let's run with that because negativity sells. We love hating on each other.
I would have loved to see some hippie ass though back in the day. You know, Woodstock. People had selfies.
Oh my
the ability
God.
to take selfies.
Hippie selfies in '69.
You know, they're gonna take those.
Wow, it would have been nasty, and I would have loved it.
A lot of fucking it would have been some gross shit.
Oh my God, a live blog from the Woodstock concert.
Oh, yeah. Kaepernick's girlfriend went negative on Jay-Z joining forces with the NFL. What is Jay-Z doing for the NFL? He's going to be the halftime show at this year's Super Bowl. Is that what it is?
Well, what it is he actually he joined the NFL with a program that's going to focus on social injustice.
Right.
Okay, so promoting to help social injustice, and also he's going to be more involved with the halftime show because let's keep it real. The entity like the NFL isn't just fucking bringing in a social injustice program. You got to bring something with it. You know what I mean? You got to pay the piper. And he's an entertainer, and they know that he's kind of like a gatekeeper in hip hop.
Right.
They know that that's going to come with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they're not going to give unless they get, and that's what it was. They gave. You know what I mean? To for the entertainment thing. You know what I mean? So if that's the way that it has to happen, you use your platform. That's a perfect example of using your platform. You know what I mean? Whether you agree or disagree with Colin Kaepernick kneeling, and we're not going to get into that, but I don't care if you agree or disagree. That's fine. That's fine if you disagree or you agree.
Did he not get $80 million from the NFL, Colin Kaepernick? Did he not?
Yeah, but he's lost millions. But what I'm saying is that nobody talks about what the actual issue was. Jay-Z just said in this interview when he's sitting next to shit, I'm having a brain fart.
The white guy, the giant white guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
The commander.
Goodell, Roger Goodell. He's sitting next to Roger Goodell.
Yeah.
And they asked him about would he kneel, and he said, we're past that. We're past kneeling. It's time for action now. So we can keep dwelling on kneeling. And if you agree or disagree, but what are you going to do after that? That's his whole speech. That's what it's about. It's what are you going to do after that? You know what I mean? It happened. It did what it was supposed to do. It raised awareness and had people having dialogue and talking. Whether it was negative or positive, people had dialogue. Right. You know what I mean? And so now, where do we go from here? Let's fucking capitalize on it and not just sit here and talk about it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Because that's what we do. You know what I mean? Same thing with like fucking Trump issues. He brings the best thing that Trump did was bring dialogue.
I get it because you want to kind of pick it apart because Jay-Z is a fucking billionaire and the NFL so
and you want to pick it apart from your apartment.
You want to pick it apart because these are two massive entities coming together and you believe there's some phoniness there. You know what I mean? But maybe there isn't. Maybe it's actually something that's good. And just because Jay-Z's very successful, it put him in that position to actually make this deal with something that's massive like the NFL, which is more massive than Jay-Z, obviously. But So, but yeah,
if I start a social injustice program with the NFL, it ain't gonna go nowhere because nobody gives a fuck. Who am I?
Yeah, who are you?
But when you have somebody Jay-Z. That's influential,
it's Jay-Z.
Who better to do it?
Right. Obama used to say, I listened to Jay-Z when I was the president. You know, that's a big fucking deal.
And he's respected. He's done some things where he's respected in a lot of different communities. You know what I mean? He's showed his hand, when he helped out the Meek Mill situation. You know what I mean? When there's so many different things that happen that he's a part of, and he's, an influencer on. You know what I mean? That it's like you can pick apart all you want, but he makes changes. He makes more changes than the people fucking Twitter fingering and blogging.
Well, he's got to. Is he making bucks off of this? No, that's what people are going to want to know. How much money is he making off of this stuff?
We don't know numbers, but it's a bigger thing than money. Jay-Z doesn't need money. Jay-Z needs no money.
I know,
at all.
But greed is good. Greed works. Greed cuts through and clarifies. I mean, he's going to make
Well, that's the part that the NFL's doing. The NFL knows that this is a good fucking look for them because they're not going to lose money anymore when it comes to the entertainment side of it. Right. So that's the give and take. Okay. Yeah, we'll give you that because we know we're going to get off of it. We're not going to make money off social injustice programs, but I get it. So it's a give and take.
Man, I remember watching Jay-Z on MTV playing pool, and MTV's there. And he's just playing solo pool, hitting balls around the table, and I believe Sway Dizzle is next to him, talking to him about something. Or it might have been Fab Five Freddy. Might have been Fab Five Freddy, actually. And I never thought that guy would amount to what he's amounted to these days. Like he's a juggernaut of a human being. He's a corporation on top of a corporation on top of a corporation. He's a giant.
He says it best. He says, I'm not a businessman. I'm a business man.
Yeah.
It makes so much sense. It's that simple.
Yeah, it is pretty remarkable. I got to take a break because I'm getting an emergency phone call. And I keep on getting dialed from a family member. So I gotta make sure what the hell this is. All right, I'll take a break. Come back. More LunaticRadio.com show right after these words.
Lunatic Radio Show.
There's Derek Gaines. There he is, Derek Gaines, everybody. Welcome, Derek, to the Lunatic Radio Show.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Did I tell you I used to bomb at gospel shows and shit when I first started?
No, you never told me about
They supposed to forgive you.
No, they don't care.
The band played my ass off. It was pretty bad. And I was at like an 800 seater, so I had to walk past all them niggas to get to the back. Oh man. And the best part of this bomb, Kieran, you ready for this shit?
Yeah,
best part of the bomb, it was right after Christmas, and me and my girl was on some Eddie Murphy Raw shit, so we both had the little gloves with the holes in the knuckles. I wore mine on stage like a whole dickhead and fucking tried to do jokes at a gospel show doing sort of raw material. Like it was so bad, and I bombed bad in the crowd, and then but whatever. But I remember those. That was an epic. About 800 motherfuckers was like, because the whole thing was it was a gospel like open mic, so you could do like gospel songs, gospel rap, or whatever. And I was getting into stand up. I was getting into it. I was like, man, fuck that. I'm in my art. I'm gonna do it for God. I ain't gonna curse, but I'm gonna go out there and be kind of nice, right? So I have my little sweater, with my little dumb gloves on.
Looking the part,
my ass off, bro.
Looking the Eddie Murphy part. Oh boy. Are you making me
anyone ever
You're
do
making
comedy
me
on those shows?
Huh?
Has
Nah,
anyone
I
attempted?
just took a shot.
You
I
were the
was like,
first and last person to attempt comedy?
And they would just dog my ass, man. And I was like, all right, cool. And it was Philly.
You know what you should
And
do?
it's Philly people. So
And how often do they do that? Do they still
every
do it?
Christmas. They used to do it back in the day.
But they don't do it anymore.
They don't do it anymore.
You know what would be great?
What's up?
If Ultimate Redemption is.
Yeah, and I go back and smash.
Do that room and do
that would be nuts.
That's what we should. That's definitely what the plan would be for.
But
that
no, man,
special.
that's humble beginnings. I got pennies thrown at me from balconies. And shit. But what? I'm sorry, we getting off Karen. I'm sorry. we getting off
it's
topic.
cool.
But,
I love hearing the stand up because I'm a giant fan of
man,
stand
good
up.
bomb. I'm bombed on a boat, Karen.
All right, we're back. Everything's all right.
Everything's good?
My God. Sorry, folks. I had to get off the phone.
Was it an emergency? Ray ran out of wine, or did Mom McCann run out of wine?
Kinda. They're all. I have other members of my family in the city of Phoenix this weekend, so they're all apparently going out to dinner together, and I didn't know that. And they're calling me, wondering if I'm coming to dinner. And I was like, I didn't know anything about dinner. And apparently they're going to some place, some Italian joint up in Scottsdale, which was rumored to be owned by Sammy the Bull Gravano. Remember that guy?
Hey, is that the restaurant where we picked up Chris Italia from that one time?
No, not that one.
Oh, I was about to say, because that's the one. You get the fuck off the show. Go do that.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that one. No, it's another one. It's like next to a laundromat.
Oh, so it is mobbish.
Yeah, no, it's a nice restaurant.
That totally sounds mobbish right there.
But my father always tells me, like, Sammy the Bull Gravano used to own a portion of it or owned it or something like that. And I'm like, okay, why do I don't want to go there.
I want to go eat where the snitches ate.
Yeah, I don't want to go there. He's a rat, right? Isn't he a rat? But I don't want to even say that on the, like, you know, maybe he's old. Is he dead? Is Sammy the Bull Gravano dead? I don't even know.
No, he's still locked up.
So, and they're like, are you going? And I'm like, no, I didn't even know about it. So, I can't drive right now. So, fuck it. That's not happening. And they're like, okay. But they're calling me like, I get like, when you get one phone call and then another phone call, you think like there's a heart attack happening and I have to go, you know?
Yeah.
The reason why I live out in Arizona is to, you know, be here when the emergency happens. You know, yeah. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, I know firsthand.
Yeah, it's fucking,
that's why I'm back here.
It's fucking insane. Yeah, it is the Lunatic Radio Show, everybody. I don't know. We're talking about Jay-Z. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to keep going on about it, but yeah, that is big news, and I applaud the band using your platform for what you're fucking supposed to use your platform for when you get that big.
Yeah,
that's simple. It's that simple. If he did nothing, then you could talk shit about how he did nothing. He's making a change. He's trying to make a change. And speaking of earlier, and I did want to bring this up too, because you have to fucking check this out. So I was speaking earlier about Jay-Z, and I was talking about, you know, like the things he did for Meek Mill and paying for his lawyer and all this stuff, because the shit that he was going through was us in the hip hop world. We've been on it. We've studied it for a long time. I've been a fan of Meek since he had fucking nappy dreads and he was on house arrest because I was a big Cassidy fan, and Cassidy from Philly went over to his house and they just fucking were on YouTube just spitting bars back and forth for an hour, which was an awesome clip. You can check it out on YouTube. But anyway. And we all know about the Meek Mill situation, the hip hop community does, and how fucking ridiculously, like, his whole 100 years of probation type shit was. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous what he's going through. Well, he came out with a documentary on that. I think it's a 4 or 5 part series on Amazon Prime, and I'm 2 episodes in, and it's awesome because it gets down to a lot of you hear rumors. But until you see, you know, documents, you see like real things, you're like, shit, this shit is fucked up. Almost the first 2 episodes, you get mad. Like, this is fucked up, you know?
Yeah. What the judge did to Meek Mill, is that what you're saying?
Oh, that judge is a fucking piece of shit. Like you can tell that she was just trying to manipulate him, like she was obsessed.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
With trying to be responsible for him and everything he does in his life, and I mean, she said it on more than one occasion. You wouldn't be the guy that you are if it wasn't for me. You know what I mean?
God, the arrogance of people. Is that? I mean, I watch these documentaries and I hate that. Like, I fucking hate. You know, I don't know. I always feel like they're coming from an angle. You know what I mean? Like
trying to push a certain narrative. I get that.
Right, and I hate that about them. I hate that about like the modern day documentary. I feel like is a lot like that. That's why I was kind of blown away with my cousin's documentary. Wasn't like an angle driven documentary, but there are a lot of documentaries where you're like, hey, I want to paint this person in this light, so I'm gonna, and I feel like, true. Like I feel like there's not a true documentary anymore, which sucks.
Well, but I obviously you haven't watched it. You know what I mean? Because we haven't really talked about it. You would have brought it up to me if you did.
Yeah.
But here's where I look at some of these documentaries, and not just the Meek Mill, but some of the documentaries. If you give me a documentary and there is a lot of facts, you know what I mean? There's a lot of paperwork that goes with that. Right. There's things that you can't push a narrative on because it is what it is.
Forensics, yeah.
Yeah, like then you go, okay. That's what this did for me. It basically just it basically
well, forensics doesn't lie. So if the paperwork's there, then it's
it was like okay. It was like I heard this. It's a great rumor, great story, whatever, blah blah blah. And then you watch this, and it just confirms everything that you thought.
What was the Meek Mill was what on probation for what?
He was on probation for
something he did when he was way younger, right?
He was like 18 or 19.
Yeah.
He had a gun on him. Police pulled up on him. Like they didn't have a warrant or anything, but he was staying at his cousin's house.
Right.
And he was walking out of the house. And they came around the corner and just pulled up on him.
Yeah.
Right. And they beat him up. They used his head as a battery ram, all this different shit. You know what I mean? And, fucked him up pretty good. And then, so their story was, well, he pointed a gun at me, which let's just sit back for a second. A black man pulls a gun on somebody. They're shooting people without guns. Right. They're going to shoot you if you pull a gun on them. So we all knew that was kind of like a fishy story, but that's not even the big part of it. That's just how they got him in the first place.
But that's also an angle. What you just described, it's an angle. Like it's from pure. Who knows? I don't think he pointed the gun at him, but he had it on him.
He had a gun. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like he's not in the right.
That's enough for that's enough for.
But that's enough. But but that's what I'm saying. It's not about that. It's about everything that's happened after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they convicted him of a bunch of different charges.
Well, he had a gun charge, right? He had a gun charge.
Yeah, and then he got put on. He did serve the rest of his time. They got put on 10 years probation. So with the probation shit, here's the thing. I've been on probation before. This is the main thing about probation. They want you to be just doing the right thing. Number one, you have to go to work. You have to get a job. You can't be doing whatever they thought you was doing before.
Right.
All right, you got to come in. You can't be on drugs, all this other stuff. He was doing all that. He's a rapper. So guess what? That's what he does. He was giving the court system his schedule, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of where he was going to be, when he was going to be there. One of the times he was violated was Hurricane Sandy. They couldn't leave on a plane out of the city to get to their next destination.
So
right?
He violated his probation.
So a natural disaster happened, and he couldn't get out of New York City, so he had to drive back to Philly, so then they can get a flight from Philly to Atlanta.
Okay.
Right?
And that was
well, he got pulled over right outside of Philly, right before he got into Pennsylvania. He got pulled over. They gave him a major violation.
He was driving.
No, his driver was driving, but yes, he was driving to Philly so he can get a flight.
Yeah.
So his schedule said he was supposed to fly out of New York to Atlanta. Well, Hurricane Sandy happened, so he couldn't fly. So he had to drive into Philly to then take a flight to Atlanta.
Was that
they violated him for that?
But okay, so was that the thing that put him in jail again?
That was one of his violations.
Mm-hmm.
So then she put a restriction on him. First of all, that's how he makes his money, is touring.
Yeah.
So she put a restriction on that.
It's his job.
Okay,
yeah.
so boom. So now he's in a one of the major ones, and there's a bunch of them leading up to this. I'm just going to cut all the way to like the last one that locked him up for a while, when Robert Kraft and the 76ers owner and all of them had to come to his aid. Jay-Z had to come to his aid. He was on a video shoot, and everybody knows that Meek Mill is part of that the dirt bike life. You know what I mean? They love riding dirt bikes.
Right.
He's in a video shoot, popping a wheelie, and popping a wheelie. If you're on the regular streets, it's illegal. But this is a video shoot where it's taped off. So they arrested him in New York. That's a violation. So they locked him up and gave him another year.
They saw it on video, so they arrested him because they saw it on video?
Yeah. But it was at a video shoot.
Right, but
that's like if he was an actor
did somebody
and he did something in a movie, they'd be like, yeah, we seen a video of it. You're violated for that.
Insane.
There's another violation where they're in a music video. Him and Big Sean. Shout out to Big Sean. Detroit. What up, though?
With the same
Him and Big
logic.
Sean.
With the same
judge. Same judge. Him and this judge. Listen to this.
But let's point out to the people that are dullards and are listening to the show. Same logic is that you can get arrested for anything you do in your apartment if it's on video and it's illegal. Say I went into my kitchen table and I was just like, here's a little yayo, let me watch some Netflix. Right? In this video of that, they show it to a judge. We're like, oh, let's arrest him because I saw him snorting cocaine.
Right, but this is popping a wheelie in a video shoot.
I know, it's ridiculous.
So that means there is no more laws of how you can drive in a video shoot because everything is blocked off. You know what I mean? I've been to a movie set in downtown Monroe where they blocked off 4 blocks and there was a car chase, right? Now it's part of the set and everything. There's a car chase. That'd be like him being the one that's driving the car, swerving around the corner, and them going, "Yeah, I don't care if it was a movie set or not. That's a violation of street code.
That's
you're arrested."
insane.
And he didn't get found guilty of popping a wheelie or whatever reckless driving.
That judge,
but they still violated him.
She should be locked up. She should be fired.
Oh, she's off the. Well, here's what I'm getting to.
Okay.
So stupid violations like that, right? There's countless violations. When he was with Nicki Minaj, they went back into the quarters and Nicki Minaj kind of told the story, but she didn't want to get in trouble.
Cavernous
name dragged through the mug. So, yes. So she tells him in the quarters, and this is alleged, that she wants, everybody knows that she wanted him to work with Charlie Mack, because Charlie Mack, I think his name is one of her friends, and wanted Charlie Mack to manage him. So she's always pushed the narrative, I want Charlie Mack to manage you, not Rock Nation. And so she was trying to push that narrative and said, well, if you do I want you to remix this old school song that I really like. And if you do that, you know what I mean? Then I'll let you off this last charge that I was about to violate you for. So she's, you know what I mean? Trying to manipulate him through the court system to do her personal agenda.
That's fucking crazy.
So what happened was that was a 2008 conviction. The conviction is actually at this point, they just now motioned to throw it out.
What is this? Is this judge in Philly or something? Where's this judge?
Yeah, her name's Judge Brinkley. She's a complete cunt. And I don't use cunt often, but I will now.
Massive raging cunt.
So they took her off the case. They threw out the case, and he's to get retrialed for the case with a new judge. You know what I mean? Which isn't a bad thing, because it's not like you get retrialed, so you have to go through it all over again. But when the retrial happens, it's basically going to be like, dude, you've done since 2008. You've been on probation since 2008. You've served jail time this many times for violations that you didn't even get convicted of. But since you got arrested, here's how probation works. Because I was on it, and this happened to me. I had to go do 3 months because of stupid shit like this. You get pulled over, you have contact with the police, right? And even though you're not convicted of anything,
that's a violation.
It's a violation because you had police contact.
God damn.
So you violate. Well, that's what she was doing to him. He didn't get convicted of any of this stuff that he did.
Right.
It was all violations that she said it was a violation of his probation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she would show up he had to do community service. She would show up to his community service. No judge in the history of historyum has done that. Like, nobody's done that.
She had a vendetta for this fucking
She
guy.
was obsessed with
She had a heart on him. Maybe she wanted to blow him with something. Like blow his,
That is, you know what? That is a great New York Irish white word for it. That is perfect. She had a hard on. If I've ever described somebody as having a hard on for somebody else, that would be the epitome of having a hard on for somebody.
I guarantee you, I guarantee you, somebody professionally or on the street as she's walking to her car, and whatnot. Why are you fucking blowing the dick of fucking Meek Mill? Get off of it. Enough.
Yeah, well, she got taken out of the case. She's actually, I think she's in some scrutiny right now, some type of trouble.
Yeah,
but,
no, that's a mental instability. That's what that is. That's insane. You get the position of power, then you're using it like in an unhealthy way. She's stalking him. She's even in a way, she's stalking him.
Well, even bigger than that. This is my opinion. You know what I mean? This is just my opinion. But if I'm on probation, if I did a crime, say I was selling drugs, okay, and I did a crime and I did some time, and when I get out, I was on parole or probation, right? And they said, listen, you have to go get a real job because we know you have to get a real job so you don't go out there selling that shit no more, right?
Right.
And I get a real job, right? And my job, and they're like, well, you know what? But we don't want you to be out at night because that's when all the crime happens. But my job is a midnight job, right? And I said, well, listen, this is a great paying job. Like I'm excelling there. I keep getting better and better, but it's a midnight shift. And them going, yeah, you're violated because I told you not to be out after 10. You know what I mean? It'd be like that type of scenario.
Wow,
so now we're talking about on a bigger scale, right? And that doesn't happen often. I'm throwing out hypotheticals.
Right. Yeah.
To say an analogy of this. So you tell the man to do a honest job.
Mm-hmm.
And take away from your street shit or whatever, and his vice is rapping, doing music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't want you to do that. Yeah, right.
But you're 100% legit. You don't carry a gun because you have bodyguards.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're not smoking weed. You know what I mean? You're not doing anything outside of what you're supposed to be doing. Yes, you have to leave town because that's your job.
Right.
That's part of the job.
That's how you make money.
You know what I mean? That's part of your set. That's how you make money.
Right.
And they're okay with that. But because you didn't leave an airport at 8:05, but the plane got delayed till 11:57.
Sat on a
guess what? You violated
because some kid fucking threw up in the front row or something. Yeah.
You violated. You violated.
Man, that's really got to be a shit fucking thing if you're
This kid puked on the plane.
Meek Mill's on probation.
And you're fucked.
Meek Mill's on probation. He's on a JetBlue flight to fucking Philly, and some kid fucking spills his fucking, something.
Hey, listen, you know what it sounds like? I'm gonna give you the perfect analogy, Kieran.
It sucks.
You're a New Yorker. I'm gonna give you a perfect analogy. You got hit by lightning. Fuck you. Pay me.
Right. Exactly.
This guy had Hurricane Sandy hit.
Right.
And they were like, yeah, we don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. Pay me.
Yeah, you should have got a boat.
It's the mob.
Yeah.
That's the way the mob operated.
You should have got a jetpack and fucking flew with your jetpack since there was no planes.
What's the line from
flying out of fucking Teterboro that day?
What's the line from The Departed when that guy's tuning up fucking the dude in his little shop? He's fucking beating the shit out of him. Leo hits the guy with a gun, and the guy's like, "What's your problem?" He's like, "I don't make enough." Well, make more money. You know? That's what it is.
It's a fuck you, pay me.
Yeah, it's not a resolution. It's fuck you, pay me. Yeah, that's exactly.
I'm gonna start a hashtag Judge Brinkley, aka Paulie from Goodfellas.
It is a mob. It's a mob mentality. It's a mob.
Fuck you, pay me.
The logic is the same.
And what stuck out so much to the black community was there's so much injustice going on with racism and cops and everything that we see, you know what I mean? Because they throw it in our face every day, right? And there are so many better good cops than there are bad cops. Right. I'll be the first one to say that, right? But with this whole situation, it was a black cop that testified against him. It was a black judge that kept bringing him down. It was a black manager behind the scenes trying to fucking pull strings. That's what makes it even worse. In a time where we're actually seeing oppression, because oppression on black people has been going on forever. But since, like we talked about earlier, now you can actually see it because there's more technology and there's more people reporting shit and all this stuff.
It was black on black prosecution.
Yeah, exactly. Black on black crime to the fullest. And it's like, oh, I know. I'm laughing about it. I'm in a good spirit laughing about it. But it's like that's what kind of makes it even worse. It's
legal
like
maneuverings. Yeah.
In a time where the focus is is how the white man always brings you down.
Right. This is not that in case. This case is totally different.
No, it's your own people. She's from the streets of Philadelphia, the judges. So you would think out of everybody, she would kind of get it. Like, you're doing well. And you brought, he's made so many jobs for drug dealers, it's ridiculous.
Is there some sort of
drug dealers have I mean, there's 200 jobs that Meek Mill has made or put people he's put on
Meek Mill's
to legitimate
from Philly,
businesses.
Right? He's from Philly. Huh? He's from Philly, right? So is there some sort
South
of
Philly?
Did the documentary say there's like the history between
No, they don't have history personally, but she's from I don't know if she's from South Philly or North Philly, but she's from Philadelphia. She's from the hood.
Is there a type of thing in Philadelphia where like certain sections of Philadelphia, like folks from this section totally hate this section? You know what I mean? Is that type of deal?
Oh,
like,
I don't know.
Like
that.
almost
I'm,
like a
I'm
Crips of Bloods thing. I don't know. I don't know if the documentary said.
I don't know
like
Philly like that, but I haven't got. I'm only in the second part of it, but and I'm sure they'll fucking break down something at some point.
Once, and I partied on top of a rooftop like where Rocky was jogging down on the movie. That is beautiful. That is a beautiful part of Philadelphia.
The city of brotherly love, unless you ask Bill Burr.
Yeah, right. That's hilarious. We interviewed him actually back in the day on that. Go look that up on YouTube, people. That's fucking great. So where's that documentary? What's the name of the documentary so that people know?
It's on Amazon Prime. I'll tell you right now. Go ahead and talk to the people.
Amazon Prime, the Meek Mill documentary. Is it a documentary series?
Yes.
All right. So yeah. By the way, shout out to Johnny Ringo in the chat room. Johnny, yes, I'll go shooting with you. I'm a big non-gun guy, and everybody out here in Arizona owns guns. They want me to go shooting with them, and I want to be around the gun.
It's called Free Meek.
Free Meek.
Yep.
Meek Mill is a talented rapper, though. I thought he was like.
He's great, man.
I thought he was.
Actually,
to be honest with you, back in the day when I first heard of Meek Mill, I thought he was just riding the cavernous booty of his girlfriend at the time. What's her name? Who's the
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj. But then I never realized he was actually a really good rapper.
He's a great rapper. What up, though, Eddie? Eddie in the chat room. What up, cuh? And Short Stack. I like it. I like that. I like that.
Short Stack, motherfucker. All right.
Let's get off this for a second because I have to ask you a question because I need your take now. You got my take because every time we talk about hip hop, I'm like the inside guy.
Mm-hmm.
But when we talk about shit that's Irish, you're my inside guy, buddy. What's up with your boy, man? What's up with your boy Connor, man?
Oh yeah, I saw that shit.
Punch some old guy in the face, man.
Well,
I know that's how they greet each other in Ireland is they punch each other in the face and slam a shot.
Conor McGregor gave a shot to an older man at a bar. Where was it in Ireland?
This is in Ireland, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, the older gentleman gave us a snide remark about his whiskey or vodka, whatever the fuck he has out. He's Conor's just very he's immature, dude. He's
got too much money.
He was probably drunk. He's
got too much money.
I mean,
that's the epitome of giving somebody they never had shit a bunch of money and they just fucking can't act right.
The only time I ever saw the video was I was on the bike at the gym and I'm watching it on TMZ. And it looks like Connor's pouring 3 shots of his whiskey into cups.
Yeah.
And the guy said something and they gave him a smack. So I would imagine Connor had a few shots before he poured those shots. So I imagine he's a little tipsy and he gave him a smack.
He's like, Irish.
Trust me, I'm at this.
He's Irish. I'm sure he had a few shots before this started happening.
I'm probably at 4 or 5 beers. If somebody came into me and gave me a really snide remark right now, like talk down to me, I'm ready to. I'm gonna lose, but I'm ready to go. I'm ready. Fucking let's go. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to fight. And that's what Connor did. Connor doesn't give a shit. He's Irish. Irish don't give a fuck about age. We hit. Let me
tell you something. You don't want the shit to go wrong because if he doesn't smack that man and put him in his place, old Irish fuckers can still get down. If that motherfucker would have knocked out Connor, then we would all been seeing a video of, oh shit, Mr. MMA legend gets knocked out by old man. You know what I mean? Suge Knight got knocked out.
When it comes to fighting, Irish people are totally reactionary. We're just like, we're ready. We're ready on a boom.
I don't like fighting Irish people.
Boom.
I don't.
Boom. We're ready.
I've been in a lot of fights in my life. I don't like fighting Irish people.
And we don't.
I like to talk it out with Irish people because I don't like to fight with Irish people.
We don't mind taking a beating. So that's the crazy part. The crazy part about Irish people, we don't mind taking. I mind taking a beating, but most Irish guys don't mind taking a beating. Like they'll fight until, if they're losing, they're gonna lose. But if they're winning, be scared.
Let me tell you something,
because
Karen.
they might not stop.
You know what's scary to me? You know what's really scary to me?
Yeah.
Is, and I know how to box on an amateur level. Done it, right? I know how to throw them things. I've taken a couple of losses, have a lot more wins, right? Really not scared to knuckle up because I believe that if you don't fight, you lost. If you fight, you don't lose. Even if you lost the fight, you don't lose because you fought. If you believe in something that's worth fighting for, you know what I mean? You're a coward if you don't fight for it, right?
Right.
That's what I believe. But with that being said, let me tell you something. When you Irish motherfuckers, when I give you a good one of these, and you look back at me and do the white boy,
come on,
woo!
Come on,
I go, oh shit, where's my sounder at? Hey, this is what it is, Karen. This is what it sounds like.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Yeah. What is that old Eddie Murphy?
When they look at me with that look in their eye, like,
come on,
please do it again. I'm like, oh shit, I should have packed the lunch.
What was that old Eddie Murphy line from Raw? Isn't it? He's like, he hits the Italian.
Oh, with
like,
Italian, yeah, outside the movie theater. Yeah, come on. Man, you Irish fuckers are different.
Yeah, well, yeah, we get.
I've had my fair share, and let me tell you, it doesn't.
You get disinterested. Yeah,
it doesn't happen.
We get disinterested.
It doesn't happen like you think it's gonna happen. I'll tell you that.
It's a my dad has it. My dad has it with the TV. Everything that comes on the TV, if it's he yells at it. He was, oh God, forget it.
You should get a tech guy to go over there and play a joke where it only plays CNN.
Oh my God,
the Democratic angle.
He would honestly hit it.
And he can't change his TV.
He hit it with a chair. Just Dom Lemon and fucking.
Your cat would be, dude. He would grab your cat by the fucking tail and throw it. And fucking Lulu would be hiding in a corner somewhere.
My poor cat.
Lulu's 150 pounds, and Lulu would find the little smallest crevice to fucking go hide in.
Eddie, give us your take on the Conor McGregor thing. 718-690-9290. Call into the radio program, Eddie. And Johnny, Team Left Jab. What is Team Left Jab not calling in for that? The Conor McGregor shot heard around the world. By the way, you know what that shot should cost? You know what that shot should cost him? 140 grand. Boom. It's just a slap. It was a slap on a temple. It wasn't even a fuck.
140 grand.
140 grand.
No, you give that guy a couple bottles of whiskey and you tell him to get on his way.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Different.
It's on TMZ. It's across.
It's only us stupid Americans that try to fucking get $1 million out of a little smack. You know what I mean?
If I'm a lawyer, that's worth 140 grand. Boom. 140 grand for that guy. Conor's got it. Conor's got fucking nearly 400 million. 140 grand is a drop in the bucket.
I just realized is that a lot lately I've been calling us stupid Americans. I really feel that way. We're stupid Americans. I hate America. Us? I love America.
Are you talking about in general or us?
No, I'm saying like every time like there's a subject, like I'm like stupid Americans. Like we act so fucking stupid. I'm saying Americans.
We do. Yeah. We are.
You know what I mean?
We are.
I almost wish that it was one of them things where, hey, you get a smack, either you give a smack back or, you know what I mean? Or somebody fucking pays you with a couple bottles of whiskey and you go about your business. No. Nobody got fucking really hurt. Nobody got fucking, but this will be a lawsuit.
We are. No, we are in general. Well,
I feel like rules. I feel like hand to hand with rules at a bar, right? Like as long as you're not using a weapon and as long as you stop before you trying to get to the point where in the court it's called attempted murder or assault with and the intent to do great bodily harm less than murder. That's actually what it's called in the courtroom. If you do anything under that, like a simple assault, right, you should be able to like go to counseling and then like that's it. Because if you're in a bar and you're drinking and shit gets out of hand and somebody disrespects you, you should be able to give them a smack.
And that's what he did. He gave him a smack. Yeah, fuck off. You know how many times
I'm not condoning hitting old people, but hitting old Irish people in Ireland, I'd have to believe.
You know how many times that's
stereotypical.
probably...
You tell me I eat chicken and watermelon, guess what? I'm be stereotypical Irish people.
You bring up a good point. You bring up a good point. You know how many times that kind of smack has happened like at a club like that around the country within the last week? You know? It's probably happened a lot. You know? Yet,
hypothetically, that was
let me finish. Yet he's Conor McGregor caught on video.
Exactly.
So now he's going to pay, but yet Tommy hit Steve the same way at the flying point the other day. And, you know, they just went home and they're just going to they're going to their community college the next day and taking English class and everything's fine. You know.
You know what? First of all, shout out to Rock. Rock chimes in. Chicken and watermelon. Now I'm hungry. But yes, listen. I love Rock.
He's such a dick.
No, that's awesome. That's good content. Fuck you. No, but what I'm saying is, hypothetically, when I was younger, allegedly, when I was younger, what I was told I like to do, hypothetically, allegedly, is smack people because this. Okay, I'll just say it. This used to be my take on shit, right? Yeah. When I was young and dumb, and like when somebody because you always got somebody drunk or somebody just stupid with stupid agenda that wants to come at you, right? And if you smack them, you find out real quick where is it going next, because people bump their gums all day, right? Yeah. They bump their gums, and you don't really know if they really want to get down or not. Right. But if you smack them, it's a violation. Like you feel like less than a man, right? Yeah, like you get smacked. That's worse than getting punched. That's worse than getting punched. Yeah, that's like getting spit on. Yeah. You know what I mean? But you smack somebody just to see where it goes next. So then you don't have to fucking feather through all the little, well, what does he mean by saying this or saying that or saying that? I don't like talking. I'll like smack you, and then let's see where it goes, what happens afterwards.
A smack is like a test punch.
Exactly. Like, listen, I'm not going to knock you out, but like if you're serious about what you're saying, I'll know now. Otherwise, you'd be like, damn, what the fuck, dude? That was fucked up.
A smack is like a test punch, but it's also...
It's belittling. It's belittling.
It's belittling.
I'm going to smack you and say, listen, it's up to you now to really think, do you want to do this or not?
You told me
you want to do it or not. There's no more talking.
All right, fucking Billy. You told me to throw the first shot. Boom. Okay, what are you going to do now? Come on. Let's go. What are you gonna do?
God. I used to hate that shit. When people used to go, hit me first, bro.
Right. But
I was never about that.
A smack is hitting you first, right?
That's what I'm saying. I was never about that. I would just be like, if somebody bumped their gums, what do I want to talk to you for? I'll give you a smack, and then let's see what happens.
Right, like
win, lose, or draw.
Like Chris,
let's see what happens.
Like Chris Cuomo did this week. The guy. He never Chris Cuomo from CNN. Who's that? Oh, fuck it.
Okay.
He did the. I don't know. Let's continue with our conversation. Fuck that guy. Yeah.
I'm not condoning just going around hauling off smacking people, but when you're in a situation, like, listen, like you're only talking for show. Like it's the guys that are like they talk about they want to fight, and they're like, hold on, and then they take their watch off. They're like, yeah, motherfucker, blah blah, and then like they take their earrings out, and then yeah, and then they take the shirt off. They don't really want to fight. They're trying to like. What they're like? They're
please don't. Please just go home. I'm taking my shirt off. I'm doing this like ballet of.
They're like how bears stand up to show how big they are, or like how cobras. You know what I mean? Their whole thing is to like make it seem like they're bigger than what they are. You know what I mean?
But
that's that whole thing. So while they're fucking taking their shirt off, you give him a smack, and you see if he's gonna put his shirt back on or keep his shirt off. And so then you don't have to fucking feather through. Should I do this or not?
Yeah,
I don't have time. Listen, I like to drink. I don't have time to fucking spend a half an hour of my life trying to figure out if somebody wants to fucking fight me or not.
I come from the a town where it's just like 99.99% white guys, and just like
I already knew where you was gonna go.
There's like two black kids in the whole high school.
Two token guys,
right? But when the white kids would get into a fight with each other, like in high school. It would be like one guy smacks the dude, and then the dude that got smacked he does this big fucking performance. Like he's
shit.
the most insane person.
Not me.
Right.
Not me.
Like
Me.
he's King Kong climbing the Empire State Building and swatting around. Like he does that whole performance. Like he's so insane that you can't. Like he's like a fucking tornado of fucking fury. Like he did. I remember. I can't tell you. I've seen that performance 20 times on the front lawn of chicks' houses during a fucking house party. I've seen that performance a million times. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous because they really don't want to do. They want something for show, and that's what gets you in trouble. Here's the thing: the show gets you in trouble because once you start having a show, it gives people time to get this out.
Yeah, because eventually, but
gives them time.
But eventually, you're gonna get the guy on the other side who smacked you, and you're doing the rip the shirt off thing, going, "You know what I missed?" He goes, "Come on." Then you're fucked.
Right.
You know your big performance where you punching the car, hitting a window.
You know what else I hate?
Yeah.
You know what else I hate? Because this has happened to me. I've been arrested. I've been arrested 7 times, right? 2 of the 7 times have been a situation where somebody started some shit with me.
Hold on, here we go. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead. Caller, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Kieran? What's up, TJ? Sam from Team Left.
What up, though?
Hey, Team Left Jab. What up?
What up, though, Sam?
What's going on, guys?
Yeah.
What's up? What up, though? Yeah, as far as Conor McGregor goes, he's still on that high from all that Floyd money. He's gonna basically do whatever he wants, I think, as far as, Dana White never really does anything to him. He never really gets arrested or anything or, gets in deep trouble. So he's riding that high right now. I don't think, he's ever going to really get under control now.
I think you're absolutely right. I said that before. He's gotten so much money, he doesn't know how to fucking act.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. No. He needs to go to WWE though. He has no interest in really doing MMA anymore. He's loaded. He has the personality to go to WWE and he could smack everybody over there. It's all fake anyway, and he'd make a ton of money out of it. But I don't know. If Ronda Rousey did it, I'm sure he could do it.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I think he needs.
I agree with that, but
I think he needs to fight again. I think he needs to fight UFC again.
I was just about to say, I think that, here's what my honest opinion. I know we were joking about fighting this shit earlier, but here's my honest opinion. My honest opinion is the guy needs some attention. I don't think it's about the money or nothing else. I think he needs attention. I really do. I think that he got more, instead of addicted to the money, he got addicted to the fame.
That's a really good point. I think he's more addicted. I think he's more addicted to, I think the fighting actually took a secondary deal to his fame. He's more addicted to the fame than he is fighting. Because, to be honest with you, you look at his career, and we talked about this on your show, Sam. Like, his career's not great. I told you on Team Left Jab when I did my call-in, I was like, I watched a documentary on Conor McGregor, and I was like, why is there a documentary on Conor McGregor? Because his career's not that fantastic at all. It's mild at best. What did he have, like 3 Las Vegas fights? Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
And he lost 2 of them or something. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, you would have thought that, he'd be dying to get the Khabib rematch going. He's really not looking to do that.
No, because that guy will eat his balls
and stuff, but he's got some losses and stuff. He's more, I think he's more famous, and he's gotten a lot more, chances than his ability is more based off his personality. I mean, he
sells tickets.
Yeah, absolutely.
He sells tickets, Sam. We know what that is.
Right.
Here's an analogy for you. There is 100 rappers that I've came across in my day that are better lyrically than your top 5 dead or alive. Right? But are they going to sell a ticket? No. There's 100 fighters better than Conor McGregor right now. But can they sell a ticket? No.
Let me interject.
Boxing's the same thing.
Let me interject.
You know what I mean? It's
Tupac can sell a ticket.
If Tupac came back, his show should be $100,000 a ticket.
What I'm saying is Tupac can sell a ticket. Lyrics, me.
Oh, I thought you meant like right now. I was about to say, if they bring that motherfucker back from the dead, I'm breaking the bank to fucking go see it. I want to be a part of it.
Quickly, I don't want to
like Tupac.
What I'm saying is Tupac can sell a ticket better than he can rap. That's what I'm saying.
I agree. That's a perfect analogy.
Back to
So, Sam, I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
And this is a shout out to Leroy Jenkins in the chat room. So would you rather see Conor McGregor have a rematch with Floyd Mayweather or fight Bagel Boss?
Bagel Boss.
100%. Thank you. 100%.
To be honest with you, I would watch a Bagel Boss porno. Because I just want to see somebody from Medford get laid. That's a local reference.
And that's actually like a good last point as far as Conor McGregor goes. Is like, why did he get the Floyd fight? You know, like you said, there was probably 3 or 4 other MMA guys that would have put up a better fight against Floyd, because Floyd was going to win 100%. No matter who they put in there. But
100%.
McGregor got it because of his personality, and he sells a lot of tickets, and it was just going to sell a lot more.
I think McGregor is almost like the Ronda Rousey version. You know, like their careers almost like it sort of mimic each other, because I feel like MMA has passed McGregor by. You know, like the guys are so ferocious now, like he has no chance of competing. The same thing happened with Rousey. Rousey found that out real quick. You know what I mean? I don't.
She sells a ticket.
But they both sell tickets. Yeah,
they sell tickets, man. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Which is shitty. I think that's a black eye on this fucking sport. I mean, because people watch it because you can entertain them, but yet you get your ass kicked in the ring. It sucks.
We have been a part of that for the last I don't know, over a decade, in both combat sport. Like, we've been at that. Like, it's all about the fucking show, and it's all about the perfect matchup, and it's all about these fucking $300-400 million fights.
Because back in the day,
and nobody's really like back in the day. You want to talk about back in the day? And shit, we got Sam on the line right now. Like, this can go on forever. But you know what I mean? When motherfuckers wanted to fight, they fought the best. It didn't matter the name, right? And they would fight them 2 or 3 times, no matter the outcome. You know what I mean? Everybody would fight everybody. You know, if we were back in the 70s, a Mayweather-Pacquiao fight wouldn't have fucking waited until they were both towards the end of their career.
Right.
They would have fought on their up and coming. They would have fought in their prime, and then they would have fought again in their prime.
Well,
there wouldn't have been a fucking when they're on the downslope fighting, because the best fighters bought the fucking best people.
Well,
That's
Sam, obviously you have more expertise on this subject than TJ and I do. But jump ahead. I think we were spoiled with Mike Tyson, because Mike Tyson was the fucking crazy character, and he knocked motherfuckers into the
He's an exception. He's definitely an exception.
He was that guy. I think that spurred upon this thing, because as his knockouts kept on happening, he became he started getting the voice in the ring at the post fight interview. Right. You know, when he was like, I'll rape. I'll fuck his mother. I'll rape his children. I'll eat his baby.
And then in between that time and what we have now, we missed a quick, small, potential golden era. I loved fucking Manuel Marquez. I loved Cotto. I loved like all these guys that were fucking battling it. Even though Floyd had name, even though Oscar De La Hoya had name, those are the fights I enjoy him. We don't talk about it enough in the boxing world. You know what I mean? That these motherfuckers were fighting whoever, whenever, however. You know what I mean? We had a short stint of it. But you're right though, with Tyson, for example. Heavyweight has historically been so big, and when heavyweight went down, that's when everything started fucking up.
But I'm laughing at you, Michael Madison in the chat room. We need a Conor,
that's Big Mike.
We need a Conor Ronda fight.
But see, that's the frustrating part though. Like about you talking about the heavyweight division, is that for like the last 10 plus years, the Klitschko's dominated, and it was basically just them fighting a lot of European fighters that nobody knew, and they just dominated them. And, everybody was talking about, we need another Mike Tyson, we need another American heavyweight. And then here he is now for the last 5 years, Deontay Wilder, guys like, 40-0 with 40 knockouts or 39 knockouts, but he knocked out every opponent. He has a great personality. He's strong as hell. He's gonna. This is the guy we've been waiting for, and although it seems like he's getting more popular now, since he fought Tyson Fury and he's had the belt for like 5 years now. He would have killed Anthony Joshua had that fight happened before.
You know what? He would have. You're right. He would have, Sam. But here's where the problem lies. The problem lies is that if we would have had the Joshua fight with Wilder before Joshua took that L, it would have been a great anticipating fight, and we would have thought it was legit.
True.
Now they fucked themselves because Anthony Joshua took that loss. So now it'll never be the same. It's just like Pacquiao. And I hate to keep reverting back to Pacquiao and Mayweather, but we all know that once a time passes, there's things that happen in between that fuck up that whole that whole hype that building up to. You know what I mean? If Pacquiao and fucking Mayweather would have fought when they were supposed to fight, it would have been one of the biggest fights of our time, and it could have been a trilogy that could have been fucking.
Yet it still was when it happened.
And it was big, but it wasn't. Listen, it wasn't what it was supposed to be.
For them, it was big.
They were supposed to go down with the Ali, Frazier.
Yeah.
They were supposed to go down in that, and their legacies has a little bit of a blemish on it. I feel like same thing with Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder.
Let me ask you this.
I think that now they have a little blemish on it because of Anthony Joshua's loss.
Let me ask you this across the board. It doesn't even have to, be in the sport of boxing. The day of legends is gone. Yes. Somebody being referred to as a legend is gone. What do you think?
A living legend, yes.
Yes. No, even legends. Like I don't think
like a current legend.
Somebody, somebody.
Listen, when we were watching Mike Tyson, we knew he was a legend. We could call Mike Tyson a legend when he was boxing.
Are they going to call him?
We don't have that no more.
Are they going to call him a legend 80 years from now, 60 years from now, 50 years from now, 40 years from now? Are they? He's
going to be one of the last. He's going to be one of the last legends that they call a legend from that sport. Yes.
But sometimes, I'm sorry, I was just going to say, sometimes we don't know a legend until after the fact. What happens if Deontay Wilder wins like his next 15 fights and goes undefeated and knocks everybody out and just doesn't lose?
Right, you're right.
People who criticize him might have to take that back.
In the sport of boxing, is that considered a legend? I would imagine it would be, right?
Well, yeah, but the big big thing in the era that we're in right now is giving people flowers while they're still alive. You know what I mean? That's a trend. That's trending in the last 5 years. That's been a trending thing, and so everybody always try to say something's legendary a week after it happens. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we haven't been able to sit down and smell the roses and appreciate some of these people. And I do. You're right, Sam. I do believe that a guy like Deontay Wilder. But I'm saying as of right now, from what we know that a living legend is like a Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? My personal belief is Mayweather is a legend. Some people don't agree. I think that Mayweather is a legend. I think it's because I'm a boxing fan. You know what I mean? Some people that are outside of boxing are just in it for the combat sport and just they don't really know what's going on. They might not think so because it's not exciting anymore. But after Deontay Wilder, let's say, Sam, this is my question for you. After Deontay Wilder, do you see anybody right now coming up that you can be like, man, that kid's going to be a legend?
Coming up, I mean, Canelo obviously is someone who's here already and who's beat a lot of big names. He only lost to Floyd. He had to draw with Triple G, and he's so young still. I mean, he's going to beat a lot of people. He's going to put up some kind of record. But Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford are my two picks. I mean, if I had to pick someone who, guys that are young and coming up and look like nobody's really going to beat them anytime soon, and they're going to eventually have to fight each other, so someone's going to take a loss there. But if I had to put money down, that's the two guys I would put money on as far as the future of boxing and who could wind up being legends. Yeah, especially Errol Spence. But I like Bud Crawford too. I mean,
Errol Spence Jr. is great. I agree with you there, but I just hope that it doesn't happen where the certain fight that's supposed to happen when it's supposed to happen doesn't happen, and then it puts a blemish on his legacy. You know what I mean? But no, you're absolutely right. They have potential. Okay, I just want to ask you your opinion because I feel the same way. You know what I mean about a couple different fighters, but I want to ask you to see who the first person that popped in your head was. But yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. It's there's always some good fighters out there. That's the two, and Canelo, of course, who's not. He's been around a while. As after that, I'm not too sure. I mean, Keith Thurman, all these guys. Sean Porter, they're a step below. They're like the B level compared to those two guys. But, boxing is always, to me, feels like it's always going to be a little corrupt. And, you got bad judges, you have bad refs, you have promoters that won't work with each other. And that's why these fights, like you were saying, take so long to happen. And that's why MMA, and I'm kind of a casual MMA fan. I mean, it gets kind of boring, when, the ground game and all that. It's just, I like boxing a lot better. But the one thing about MMA is that you don't see so many bad decisions. And, they match these guys up right away. It's a whole different thing. I understand that. But you don't wait 5 years to see two guys fight. They kind of do it right away. So I think that's why the MMA is more popular than boxing, it seems like.
You're absolutely right. And you're absolutely right. I 100% agree with that. And that's kind of what my bitch is about boxing nowadays, is that's why MMA has taken the combat sport by storm, is because they fucking get it done. They get fights done.
Yeah.
They don't fucking beat around the bush and wait for the perfect moment, wait for the perfect payday. They just fucking fight. And they're fighting for a lot less than they are in boxing. You know what I mean? I respect that too.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say, just throw one more name out there before I go, because I see Michael Madsen said Lomachenko. I forgot about him. Lomachenko is he's just beating everybody, and he's making them look silly in the ring. So he's another guy. I think that's another thing with boxing that really frustrates me, is that you see the American fans, they support overseas fighters more than they support their own. Like, you'll see more fans support Lomachenko or Manny Pacquiao or someone like that, rather than, support Floyd Mayweather or Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence. They'll show up more.
Or even Anthony Joshua. They support Anthony Joshua more than
they support Anthony Joshua over Deontay Wilder. I never understood that. I mean, I don't understand that. They don't have pride in their own fighters. They'd rather support someone from, Kazakhstan over their guy. So I've never figured that out.
Is Lomachenko like a giant human being or something? Is he a monster-looking type individual, or?
No, he's small actually. He's a smaller weight. He's like 130, but he's just they call him like the Matrix. Like, he's hard to hit, and he just hits them from all different angles, and
so
he makes his opponent look silly.
Okay, so he's got great skill or something.
Great skill, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's interesting though. All right, let me let you guys go.
All
but
right,
it was great talking to you, TJ. Finally. And,
you too, Sam. Yeah, we're gonna get together soon, man. I promise you, dude. I got like 2 more weeks, and all my shit's gonna be together, so I can make it on your show. I would be honored to come on your show and talk just some shit with you, not just fighting, but talk some shit.
I'm looking forward to it, and we'll do our Thursday call-in next week. Thanks a lot, Kieran.
Yeah. All right, man. There you go.
All right,
Sam.
thanks, Sam.
All right.
There he goes.
All right.
Team Left Jab Sam, everybody.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to Sam. He's a great listener. He's a great caller, and he if you guys haven't listened to him, go check out his podcast, Team Left Jab, which Kieran is a frequent on there every 2 weeks. I think he does a Thursday show with him. So big shout out to Sam, man. Great caller, great call in.
Yeah, Sam's a good dude. All right, everybody. I got to take a leak.
I got to piss so bad. I've been thinking about that for the last 5 minutes.
All right, thank you everybody for checking out the Lunatic Radio Show. We're all over the map today, but I think we got a radio show for you. So,
quick announcement: the cast of Lunatic Radio Show, half the cast. And that's not because I'm half black that I say half the cast, but we will be in the same studio coming up here soon. I'll be out in AZ. We're gonna try to do some extra shit for that episode.
That'll be fun.
We might even bring back old Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins.
I got some things planned for your studio. Since I'm gonna be back in AZ in your studio, I got some plans for your studio.
If he'll make the trip. All right, man. Follow us on the social medias at Lunatic Radio on Instagram and Twitter. Thank you to TJ Mayer at TJ_the Mayor on Instagram and Twitter.
I don't even know what it is. Just type in TJ the Mayor. It'll come up. Promise you.
Okay. All right. We'll see you next week. TJ, your final word. Go ahead.
If you knew better, you do better.
Peace.